Hi everyone, this is Mary from Reviewer's Diary. I'm labeling this Beauty Sunday, and I think that every Sunday I will make a video and post it of different products I've tried, because quite honestly the beauty boxes that I've been getting are like starting to take over the house. I've only kept one actual box, and that's this Boxycharm from August. And that will go away at some point, but not quite yet, because my vanity, if you could see behind you, is exploding with stuff. I'll start off first with the face wash that I used. Now this is a first impression. This is vegan stuff, by the way, and it's K6. And this tube is really full, so I did get to use it once. I think I'm going to get 2 more uses. And excuse my nails, they are getting done tonight. This came in my August Birchbox. It did leave my skin feeling nice and clean without feeling oily or feeling dry. It felt just right. Still used a little bit of my astringent, but you know, because old habits die hard. It's actually kind of a toner, and then I did moisturize. I'm not entirely sure whether I like this or not. It's hard to say because it doesn't feel much better than some of the other cleansers that I've tried, and I certainly won't be purchasing this for the full price of $25 for the face wash. So that's going to go bye-bye. I will use this up, but now I'm only going to get like 2 more uses out of it, so I'm not entirely sure that I could do anything more than a first impression. So my first impression is that this is very nice cleanser, a little on the watery side, so when you squirt a little into your hand, you got to be careful that it doesn't like just fall off your hand into the sink. It's not like a gel, so anyway, I did use this and I like it, but I don't love it. The other thing I did use was this packet of the argan oil. It came in my Beauty Box 5 for July. I have a lot of hair, so there was a lot of product in this packet. This did rinse out really nicely. It did spread through my hair really well. What I did is what they advised was to wash my hair and my face and then put this on and then keep this on through the entire shower. There were a couple things I liked about this. I sort of expected the floor to get awfully slippery, and it did not. I was a little bit concerned about whether it was going to rinse out easily or not, and it did. It did rinse out evenly. It went on nicely. I think these come in sets of packs. Of course, we only got one as part of the Beauty Box 5, but I was able to tear this off and actually put my hand in there, squeeze the product up, take it out. So I was able to apply it nicely by hand. It was very easy to apply. This did make my hair feel soft, but not any softer than other treatments that I've used. So I'm really torn about this. I would probably replace this product with more, but I'm not positive. I hope that's a good enough answer. My first impression is very good, but I've had other treatments that have worked easily just as well. The next product that I used, this actually came in Birchbox, and this is Coola Tinted Matte SPF 30 for face. Full size is $36. I don't like this stuff. I do have it on. It feels like primer. It's really hard to describe. It doesn't feel like, it definitely doesn't moisturize. When you put a little bit on your hand and you start spreading it, it feels like you're spreading whipped cream on your face. So it does feel sort of nice, but it's not, plus I had a struggle getting the product out of this tube. I know there's more in there. It's very yellowy, and it's just, it made like little spots where it had gathered up and made like little balls of product. So I did have to use my blending brush so that I could, you know, get it so that it was not quite so lumpy chunky. I may have put a little bit too much on, maybe that's why, but otherwise I just really didn't like the consistency of this product. It was not good. So I'll probably be giving the rest of this to my daughter. So my overall first impression is a -1. Sorry, Coola. I know you have some really good products, but this stuff is just not for me. Oh, wait a minute. Underneath that, I did put this Dermalogica cream. Dermalogica, it's SPF 30, and I actually got this in one of my earlier Sample Society boxes. I've been using this every morning for, I'd say, I had 2 of them. My daughter gave me one, hers, and that just ran out. But I've been using this every morning for a good solid like 2 to 3 weeks. Couple observations. Number 1, it does feel good on your skin. The problem with it is that it leaves your face shiny, so you have to do something, you know, whether it's powder or foundation over it. I mean, it's really shiny. I mean, like plastic shiny. So that's one negative that this has. So this Dermalogica, when this runs out, I'm not going to purchase a new one because it is SPF 30, anti-aging, blah blah blah, all that stuff, but my face felt okay, but it looked greasy, so I don't know that this is really the best product. I put on this Wildly Crazy lipstick. I've worn this a couple times to work, but I put something on over it to soften the incredible pinkness of it. This was one of the things that I got in my Boxycharm box for, I want to say this was July. Yes, it was, because it was the America the Beautiful box. So this is a Peel lipstick, and it's a Peel Cosmetics Luxurious Lipstick. It did get the full size, and intense color, our how-to blah 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 blah, a lot of baloney you don't need to know. Although this color is incredibly intense and probably a little too intense for me, the lipstick itself feels really fabulous on. I'm not entirely sure about whether this is actually cruelty-free or not. I still have to email the company. Once I know for sure that it's cruelty-free, I will buy other colors. I really liked this lipstick. I have it on right now. My lips just feel nice and hydrated and feel really good. So this is not a first impression. This is actually a review because I've been using it and it consistently feels good and doesn't get cakey, and consistently, it's a little consistently bright, but it consistently feels really good on my lips. So this is actually a winner. Now this is actually a first impression of the revealed palette. I actually have it on now. There is a lot of fallout with this product. Now it could be the way I put it on, I'm not sure. This is the quad that I got, and it's from the Revealed 2 palette. It's by Coastal Scents. It was from the Birchbox from July. This is a really small palette. It really truly is a sampler. This is the colors that I got. I applied this by putting the lightest color up above. This one here. This color here and a little bit in the crease, and this dark color in the crease and on the very corners. Not a very dramatic look. I'm not sure how I like this. I actually have Wet n Wild palettes that go on better than this. I had quite a bit of fallout on my under eye area that I had to clean up. So this is sort of what this did. Is I was looking at the whole big palette from Coastal Scents, the revealed palette, and getting this sample actually convinced me not to buy that. This is the pencil that I got in a Sample Society box, and I really, really love it. I do have it on. I put it in the corners here. I did put on my waterline. I haven't put anything in my waterline for years and years. When I was younger, I used to. I think that's something that has come back from the 80s and 90s, because we all used to put stuff in our waterlines back then when I was really young. But anyway, this stuff, this Cynthia Rowley pencil, yes, it's very small, but I have also, whoops, but I have also sharpened it a couple of times. This Cynthia Rowley pencil goes on super smooth. I'm going to just demonstrate a little bit. Yeah, it does wear off, your waterline does wear off pretty quickly. Not easy to do from a distance because the mirror is like way over there behind the camera. So anyway, this did brighten things up for me a little bit. I don't sleep well at night, and last night I think I got about 3 or 4 hours of sleep. One of the benefits for someone my age is that that waterline area can tend to be a little bit red when you don't get very good sleep, and my CPAP was giving me trouble last night. So a little bit of something in the waterline definitely helps. This pencil is a pencil that I am in love with. It goes on very super smooth. See, there's the color. It goes on super smooth. It doesn't tug at all, which is something you don't want to have happen around your eye area. You don't ever want anything that's going to tug, because that's, can cause some skin breakdown, some injury, and eventually cause some wrinkles. So this is great stuff. I love this pencil. Works fabulous. And this is definitely a review, not a first impression, because I've been using this pencil. As you can see, I've sharpened it a couple times. It was about this long. This pencil is one of the best pencils I've ever used, and definitely, I would definitely use Cynthia Rowley products again. And by the way, she is cruelty free, and so therefore she's good in my book. Anyway, I have never used a dry spray-on shampoo before, or a dry shampoo of any kind before. This comes out in a super fast, like jet speed spray. You lift your hair up, you spray it, spray it. I do notice, number one, it left my hair feeling really good after I brushed it out. My hair felt really good and, in pretty good shape after I used this. I can see where people who have finer hair do well with this kind of spray, because it did give my hair a little bit more body. I tend to get a little bit flat up here on the top where it's a little bit straighter. I found it a little bit drying. There must be a lot of alcohol. You can actually feel the alcohol in it almost when you are using it. So I'm not sure whether it's really good for your hair or not. It's not something that I will probably use frequently. I did feel like it dried my hair out, which I wasn't real happy about. So my review of this, having used it a few days, is that it felt like it left quite a bit of residue. It felt like it dried my hair out, but it did add body where I wanted it, and it did make my hair feel cleaner. It's really kind of an oxymoron. Left residue made my hair feel cleaner. But I'm not sure that I really like this. I have one other product that I don't really like. I used it and used it and used it, and so I can say for sure this is actually a review. My August Sample Society box gave me one of these Jane Iredale mascaras. So this claims to make your lashes look thicker and longer. It does not do that. But there is one thing I really liked about it. I have never used a mascara that came in a tube before, always like a regular mascara container. And I have to say I really liked this. You know, you pull this out, and if it's feels a little bit dry, this is kind of dried out because I used it all up. You can actually squeeze this tube and get the little bit of mascara that's on the inside of the tube out. So, you know, with other mascara tubes, you always wonder, is that stuff actually, are you ever going to actually get the other stuff out? Because with a regular tube, you're always going like doing this kind of jazz to get the last bit. But I kind of like this tube idea because I was able to get more product on the brush that way. There's still a little bit left in this, but I have to toss it because I actually dropped the wand in the sink. It's so awkward because the brush is so big that I was fumbling around and I ended up dropping it in the sink, and that's why I'm not wearing this mascara today. Once it hit the sink, I figured that's it, it's done. And I've been holding it upside down all this time. Jane Iredale. One thing I do want to say that's positive about this stuff is I did get some in my eye when I first tried it. It didn't hurt at all. So whatever it is that they put in products that makes it sting when it hits your eye is not in here. So that's one positive. It didn't hurt my eye at all. For people who are contact lens wearers, this is probably good stuff because there wasn't a lot of fiber fallout. It didn't hurt my eye when I stuck the wand slightly into my eye and got some mascara in my eye. It didn't hurt at all. So there are some good attributes. Number one, though, is it didn't do what it said, longer, thicker, didn't do that at all. But it didn't sting my eye. It does have this really neat tube. I'm thinking now that I've had this that everybody should have a tube like this because you can get the last bit of mascara out of the tube. For $33, I don't think I'm going to be buying the full size. This didn't live up to its promise, and the brush was a little bit bulky, but that also could have been exacerbated by how short this wand is. So anyway, that's actually just my opinion. I know some people love this stuff. There's one more product that I want to review, and then I'm going to share one of my beauty secrets. So, in my Boxycharm for August, I got this Model Co. lip and cheek stain. It's full size. Boxycharm is awesome, $21, and you get over $100 worth of products. Model Co. cheek and lips. And lip tint rosy red. Cheek plus lips, whatever. But anyway, the color is rosy red. The retail price for this is $22. This is a full size. I did use that today, and it's actually just kind of like almost like natural pinkish color that you get. Since I used this Coola stuff, I wasn't able to use, like, it stayed wet feeling for a little while, so I wasn't able to use the bronzer that I've been using. But this stuff, other than that it stains your fingertips, and that doesn't seem to want to come off, no matter how much washing you do, this stain actually works really well over makeup that is sort of on the moist side, like a CC cream or a BB cream, something that doesn't dry quickly, something you're not going to cover necessarily with powder. So this is actually great. This, I believe, would work great on skin. If you have perfect skin and not a lot of freckles like I do, then you don't even need to wear face makeup. You can just use a little bit of this. I started over here and I kind of dot it around and use my finger to blend it, and do the same over here. This stuff is great stuff. This is one of the best things I've ever used, and I will replace this when it runs out. However, that having been said, you need so little of this product. I literally just put a little tiny dot on my finger, and then I warm up my fingers, and then I do this here, and that's all I need. Now I am a little bit pale skinned, so maybe that's one of the reasons it doesn't take very much of the product for me to get this rosy look that I have. But this tube is going to last a long, long time. I'll show you how big the tube is. I have left it in a box kind of intentionally because I'm trying to protect the tube. I guess I could kind of stop doing that. But this is the tube. It has a little tiny opening. You really only need a drop out of this. So this product is going to last a long time. So even though it's, what did I say it was, $22? Yep. Even though it's $22, $22 in the scheme of something that lasts as long as this does is not a lot of money. And this I would recommend to anybody out there to try this. This is so good. I absolutely love this stuff. So anyway, I've used this consistently every day that I've worn a CC cream to work, and it really works, and it goes on fast, and it really just makes you look rosy. Now finally, I did promise you guys I would give you a beauty secret, and that involves the coconut oil. Now, I learned about coconut oil from another YouTuber. This is, I use this actually in some soap making, so I don't have, it's about half done. But you can see it looks kind of fluffy and white in there. Coconut oil at room temperature is a soft solid. So what I do is I use a spoon, and every night I take a little bit of the coconut oil out on that spoon. You really just need about this much. You put that in your hand, it turns into oily stuff in your hand, and it takes all of your makeup off. One thing I do notice though is if you go too close to your tear duct area, you end up with a little bit of a foggy feeling in your eye, but it doesn't hurt at all. This stuff is like so benign and so wonderful. My skin feels so good after I use it. So what I did is I made a jar of coconut oil scrub. So this scrub looks like this. And what I did is I took 1 cup of coconut oil. I did warm it slightly in the microwave so that it would be more liquid. Very slightly. You don't want to burn the oil, and you don't want to ruin it. So I, sort of kind of nearly liquefied about a cup of the coconut oil. Then I put in 2 cups of sugar. I just wanted to try it in its purest form, so I didn't add any color or scent. I think I always worry that that's not so good for your skin. Even though it's made for soap, I just wanted to just leave it in its purest form. So what I do is I have 2 different routines. I do use this scrub also on my body, but I don't use it on my face every day because the regular sugar is a little bit abrasive. I used it all over my body in the shower, and the way that I used it, here's one trick. If you make this, remember it's 1 cup of coconut oil to 2 cups of sugar, and this is just basically what I have left. This is the consistency that you end up with. If you put it in the refrigerator, it turns into a rock, and then you have to wait for it to come back to room temperature. At room temperature, this works really well. So, one thing that I do is I take my scrubby from the shower, I squirt a little bit of my normal body wash, and then I take a spoonful of this and I put it on the scrubby with the body wash, and I do a little of this, and then I use it all over my body, and honest to God, it makes you feel super smooth and super soft. Your skin is really soft after you use it. So this is one of my newest beauty secrets, and it's something that anybody can use. I don't know of anyone who's really allergic to coconut oil. If you're allergic to coconuts, I've never heard of that, but if you're allergic to coconuts, clearly you can't use this. I actually just bought Nature's Way. I got this on Amazon, and I just bought a 16-ounce bowl jar at one of the craft stores, and I just mixed up, this is just what's left, but I mixed up 1 cup of coconut oil and 2 cups of sugar, and I ended up with this fabulous scrub. So that is my latest beauty secret, and I absolutely love this stuff. It leaves my skin super soft, and even after your shower, when you use the scrub, your skin, your legs and everything feel really soft too. So this was inexpensive compared to a lot of the scrubs that you can buy. So that's it. That's my beauty secret. I've talked about coconut oil before, and I will never give it up. One of the best things I ever found. So anyway, this has been a lot of information. So this has been Beauty Sunday, and a lot of reviews and first impressions were discussed along with my famously fabulous coconut oil beauty secret. And I hope you've gotten something out of this. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you very much for watching, and please tune in again for more reviews. Have a beautiful day.